This is a chart that I use in a classroom, and it's based on an Ode Oriental system. It really doesn't have anything to do so much with planets as it does with what they call elements. And the chart tells you that, let's say, with water, uh, how it gets along with other things, like it receives energy from metal. If you picture metal being in water, it rusts. So the metal is giving up some energy to water. Now I'm going to explain this how you find water, earth, wood, and metal. And it gives energy to wood. In other words, wood would float on water, and the wood would feel buoyant in the water, but the water is actually giving it energy. Now, it conflicts with fire. You could picture water and fire being polar opposites, and it's controlled by the earth. In other words, if you put water on top of the earth, it kind of like holds it and keeps it in place. And water and earth is somehow in conflict. You know, three-quarters of the earth is water, and when water goes on earth, there's a big conflict, but it's basically controlled by water. A lake is really surrounded by earth. So there's a control factor. Now, if you look at Earth, it receives energy from fire. In other words, a volcano gives the Earth a lot of energy, and it gives energy to metal. In other words, when metal's in the Earth, it gets its minerals from the Earth and it pulls from the Earth, and it cooperates with uh, with other Earth factors, which is 3, 6, and 9. And it conflicts with water because, you know, water, the earth contains water, like with lakes and so forth, and it's controlled by wood. In other words, when you have trees, the roots go into the earth and it controls the earth. Now, with wood, water receives energy from wood, which I was saying right here. And water gives energy to wood, but it receives energy from water. And it gives energy to fire. If you put fire uh, and you put wood on it, it gets energy. Now it cooperates with other wood, so wood cooperates with wood. Now we're going through this real slow, and it cooperates with itself, any wood, and it conflicts with the earth because, you know, the tree roots go into the earth, and it takes over the earth, and there's a big conflict. Now it's controlled by metal. In other words, if you take metal and you chop at wood, the metal beats the wood. You know, picture an axe and wood. Now with metal, it receives energy from the earth. Okay, and it gives energy to water. In other words, if you put metal in water, it starts rusting and it gives up some of its metal to the water, and it cooperates with itself. Metal cooperates with metal, but it conflicts with wood. It conflicts with wood because metal chops wood, and metal can be bent by fire. So there's a control factor between somebody that's metal and somebody that's fire. We're going through this real slow, and then I'm going to tell you how to figure this out. Now, fire uh, receives energy from wood. If you put wood in the fire, there's a lot of energy. And it gives energy to the earth. The volcano gives a lot of heat to the earth. And it's flexible, cooperates uh, with itself, of course, and there's a conflict with metal. Now, this kind of gives you a picture of the smiley faces and whatever, and the various conflicts involved, which I went over. So the way this works is you take your year of birth. This is only the year, and this is what's great about the system. And if the year adds up to 1, like 1972, 1 and 9 is 10, and 7 is 17, and 2 is 19, and 19, 1 and 9 is 1, is water. And if you add up all the numbers, like 1946, 1 and 9 is 10, 14, and 6 is 20, 20 is a 2, that's fire. So any year that adds up to a 2, just the year, we're not worried about anything but the year of birth. And if it adds up to 1, it's water. If it adds up to 3, 6, or 9, it's earth. And 7 and 8 is wood. And 5 and 4 is metal. So let's give some examples here. If 1956, if you add up 1, 9, 5, and 6, it's a 21, 3, it's earth. Now, if you add up 1987, 1 and 9 is 10, 18, and 7 is 25, it's a 25, 7. So the earth and wood would be in conflict with each other because the wood would start controlling the earth with its roots. Now, if you look at 1988, 10, 18, 26, 8, see 7 and 8 is wood. Okay, 1 is water, 3, 6, or 9 is earth. Any years that add up to 3, 6, or 9. So take 1972, 1 and 9 is 10, 17, 19, that's water. Now, water gives wood energy. If you put wood on water, it just floats, but the water's giving up energy to wood. Now, water's being controlled by the earth. In other words, a lake or whatever is surrounded by earth. And, of course, there's some conflicts with water and earth. 3/4 of the world is water. Now, if you add up 1973, you have 10, 17, 20 is 2, it's fire. Of course, fire and water are definitely in conflict. Everybody can see that. And fire gets energy from wood, so wood gives up energy to fire. In other words, a person born in a fire year would get things from somebody born in a wood year. And it would conflict with anybody in a water year because fire and water are in conflict. So 1987 would give things up to fire. 1972 would conflict fire and water. 1988 would give fire energy. Now, fire can control metal. Like if you take 8, 10, 18, 22, 4 and 5 is metal when you add them up. Metal can be bent by fire. It's controlled by fire, but there's always a conflict between fire and metal. Metal's kind of aggressive. Now, 1985 is a metal too. 10, 18, 23. See, 5 and 4 are both metal. Now, 1950 is earth. So 3, 6, and 9 is earth. So the point is these are called elements. And when you think of it in relationship to fire and water, wood and fire, metal and fire, metal and water, metal giving up rust to water, etc. It shows the energy. That's why some people that we know give us energy. They make us feel good. Other people make us feel down. Other people, when we're around them, you feel like they sucked you dry. But this is a lesson in what the old Chinese called elements. And I wanted you to take a look at this little chart. I want to bring it so you can see it pretty clearly. This is what I put up in my class. I taught this at Rowan College. And it's a simple thing. All you have to do is know the year that somebody's born, nothing else, and this will tell you the energy between people. And people can live with conflicting people, but there's always a little bit of something involved with the person. So I just wanted you to see this, and I'll probably go over some more of these concepts.